Throughout the Cold War, this Russian propaganda was distributed all over America, and this American propaganda was distributed all over Russia, and both the US State Department and the Kremlin were just fine with it. So what exactly are these magazines? Both of these magazines were published twice monthly for the entirety of the Cold War from 1954 through 1994. Soviet Life was an English language magazine that was distributed in the United States, and America was a Russian language magazine that was distributed throughout the Soviet Union. They both had circulation runs of somewhere between 30 and 50,000, and they're considered to be soft propaganda, just showing how amazing life can be in either the Soviet Union or America, respectively. This edition of America covers the newly elected president John F. Kennedy, and it details how the transition of power actually works in the American government. It also shows off science achievements of a 16-year-old girl, music, sports, medicine, and generically is going to be similar in a magazine to something like Time Life. But it has one very interesting thing right here in the middle. On this little insert right here, which is the only portion of this magazine that is in the English language, it has the seal for the United States Information Agency, which was an arm of the US State Department, and so this magazine was actually produced by the US government and then distributed into Russia. The Soviet Life magazine from 1989 has similar content. On the cover you can see that there's a story about a labor strike that's going to be told, as well as articles on native art, industrial achievement, and even a TikTok photo search where this woman, Polina Boyka, was looking to identify American service members she worked with at a hospital during World War II. And right here at the beginning, you can see a similar disclaimer where it says it's published by the Embassy of the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, the USSR, or Soviet Russia. So how did two notoriously adversarial superpowers manage to reach an agreement to distribute propaganda in each other's countries? It all happened in 1955 at the Summit of Geneva. This summit was attended by the heads of state of the United States, Russia, France, and the UK. And not only did it have the premier of Russia, Bulganin, it also had the real power of Soviet Russia, which at that time was Nikita Khrushchev, who did not technically run the country, and he held the office of first secretary of the Communist Party, but all true power was contained within his hands. This is the first meeting of these powers since Potsdam in the immediate aftermath of World War II, and they were trying to de-escalate the tensions of the Cold War, and talked about all kinds of different things, including trade and weapons treaties, and one of the things that came out of that was the agreement to distribute these two magazines in each other's countries. And somehow, over all of the tensions that occurred from 1955 until the collapse of the Soviet Union, they managed to continue to publish the soft propaganda in both America and Russia. With the collapse of the Soviet Union, America was discontinued in 1994, and in 1991, shortly after the collapse actually occurred, Soviet Life was changed to Russian Life, and then in 1995 it was bought out by private owners, and it's still published in America today.